Alright neighbors, I've got one over there on the mower because it's springtime in Tennessee, and since we're working on trying to figure out how we can move, we need to keep up with normally we just let it grow, cut it down, convey it to the cows. But anyway, today, oh, a little breakthrough sun there. It is more, I don't want to say storms, they say this evening. It's coming in fast. We've got a lot of wind, so it's very windy here. What we're gonna work on is getting some plantain out of here before they destroy it all. Spring is a great time for a first pick plantain. So that is narrow leaf plantain. That one's a little rough, so I'm gonna leave that guy there. This, I'm gonna assume, is a kind of dock. The pigs love it. This, I think I've always called it henbit, but I believe that the ones that are pointy are purple dead nettle. And henbit has, I think it's these with the more rounder leaves. But anyway, some of these, we're just gonna take some here. I have stuff that I dried last year, or the end of last year, and I put it in the dehydrator, dried it, and then I soaked it in olive oil. It's been, was it olive oil? I think so. It's been in there for a little while. So I just got beeswax. It needs to come out of that and go into some, I need to mix it with beeswax. I need to look up though the ratios because beeswax just makes it kind of hard and more salve-like. And you can see these are, maybe you can see that they're dirty, but they're gonna get washed. Nobody cares. I'm just gonna grab a few. Because if you pick these as you go, as in, like pick a few leaves, let it grow some more, pick a few leaves, let it grow some more, you'll always have some. And then we're gonna actually end up digging a couple plants to take with us to our next place, because I don't, part of the problem at our next place, it used to be like a soybean farm. It was row cropped, and not much. There's only like 7 flat acres in the middle. The rest is in kind of foresty area. So it's not like the whole thing was row cropped by any means. But then the rest that wasn't, again, foresty area. So there's not a ton that we could do this. Here, we got some broadleaf, or we call it white leaf planting. So we'll do some of that. So I don't know exactly what is going to end up being something that's going to come up over there. I know I have mullein over there. I grabbed a bunch of seeds. I think I put a video up on that. I grabbed a bunch of mullein seeds from last year over at the property, gathered seed heads, and I just did a video about my seed storage solution. They're actually on sale. I think they're only like $13 for those things right now. So I'm gonna get another one. But I don't know exactly what is gonna be coming up at the compound. So we are going to grab a couple of these and plant them and take them with us so that we can have plantain at the compound. These little guys, so here's violet. I've got plenty of violets. If anybody wants to make violet jelly, I should just gather them and do it this year. I don't know what those are, but those are really, really cute little purpley flowers. My guess is that is wild lettuce, but I have not looked it up yet. So there's a couple other little plantains. Here's another one. And right now I have cilantro. We'll go show you the cilantro. I have cilantro in my dehydrator. It should be done hopefully tomorrow. I tend to dry my herbs very low, so they take a little bit longer, but I would rather do that than have herbs dry too high and then have them, lose extra medicinal properties. So we just do it slow, and we can here. That's one nice thing is I've got the time to do that. So this plant looks a little rough, probably because it got walked on by someone or something. And then I saw another one that looks pretty nice up here. Maybe. And that's all you do. You just pick the plantain. Don't pick the grass. And then there's one right here too. This is all, again, narrow leaf plantain, and it's just beginning. There'll be plenty more of it throughout the year. But that's also one nice thing, you know, that you can kind of gather as you go. Get them going. You can store it dried, so you don't have to pick enough at once to do your salves. You can pick it, dry it, store it dried, and then pick it again and dry it and store it dried, so that when you have enough gathered together, then you can make your salve. You can also dry it and tincture it, and then you can or soak it in your alcohol. Sorry, not alcohol. Soak it in your. Did you break it? The battery is dead.
Yeah.
Let's.
When you go full throttle and then turn on the blade, it doesn't have enough charge to.
There you go. That's our life. And then you can actually go ahead and dry it, put it in the olive oil or whatever oil you choose, and then you could probably leave it in that for a while too, until you have enough to make an entire batch. But while you're starting out, make small batches. That way, also, if you screw something up, you screw up a little batch and not a big batch. Ask me how I know. And I'm just still in this kind of same little spot until I haven't walked very far. These are very dirty because it's been raining. And it's going to rain more this week. It's part of the reason I wanted to get out here. And I knew that they were going to try and mow some of this. And so I didn't want to have them mow over my happiness. Because this is free, my friends. To pay for the oil. Unless it's something that you produce yourself. And then you have to pay for probably the beeswax. Again, unless you have a friend. If you have a neighbor that's got bees. A lot of times they're throwing the beeswax out. There's our chives. If you watch the chive video, we cut the seeds out of that. I just uploaded that one today. Cut the seeds out of that. And then over here, we had a huge batch of cilantro. You can see it. This is cilantro, my friends. We had a huge kind of pile of cilantro here. And he came out and cut, let's see down there the stems. He came out and cut a whole bunch. And that's what's in my dehydrator right now. Oh, a little sticker. Decided he was gonna steal my good. These are the best. Love these. You can see here, as long as I don't step on anything, it looks like something's already been mentioned on all of our little happiness, which is very sad. We'll have to see if we can get those covered up. That should be growing. I don't see anything else over on this side popping up. Oh, we got beans. That's another thing. Once you learn how to recognize what seedlings are, that's a bean, my friend. Bean, and you can see here the beans right here. There's a bean. These guys all coming up right here are beans. That guy right here is a bean. You planted beans? I don't know. But we have beans, which is awesome. More mint. Our mint is coming back. Doo-doo. And then a potato. I feel like there was a potato somewhere that got left to the ground. And so he said it was coming up. These underneath here, these are all peas. Just like here, these are all peas. All the way down, it is Sarge. I know, they're not playing with you. We'll plant another round of peas, but not this week because of how much it's gonna rain and get gross. We'll plant another round of peas next week. So that's what we're doing. That's what's in the grody garden. And the next thing that we're gonna get, I don't want my chives to mix with anything in the dehydrator. Or sorry, the cilantro or the chives. And it's probably okay now because it's been drying for about 12 to 14 hours. But this is all my really nice oregano. And this all needs to get cut next and go in the dehydrator after the cilantro is done.